I'm standing in my kitchen at 2:47 a.m. and I can hear it. Something scratching at my back door. Not the lazy, curious scratch of a raccoon looking for garbage. No. This is frantic. Desperate. The kind of sound that makes your spine go cold because somewhere deep in your primal brain, you know, whatever's out there isn't supposed to be there. The storm outside is biblical. Rain hammering the roof like bullets. Wind screaming through the trees. And beneath it all, that scratching. Persistent. Pleading. I should call someone. That's what a rational person would do. But rationality left me 3 months ago when Sarah walked out that same door with her suitcases and her lawyer's number. Now it's just me, this empty house, and whatever the hell is clawing to get in. I grab the baseball bat from the hallway closet. My hands are shaking. The scratching stops. For a moment there's only the storm. Then, a sound that makes my blood freeze. A voice, weak, broken, but unmistakably, "Human? Please?" One word. That's all it takes. I'm moving toward the door before I can stop myself, bat raised, heart jackhammering against my ribs. My hand touches the doorknob. It's ice cold. I take a breath, turn the lock, and pull. The creature that collapses onto my porch isn't human. But God help me, it's close enough to make me hesitate. He's tall, maybe 6'2", soaked to the bone, trembling violently. At first glance, in the darkness and the rain, he could pass for a man. Dark hair plastered to his skull. Pale skin. Humanoid features. But then he looks up at me, and I see his eyes. They're wrong, not alien in the Hollywood sense. No black orbs or insect compound lenses. No, these eyes are human-shaped, but the iris, it's too large, too dark. And there's something moving in there. Depth. Like looking into a well that goes down forever. Colors that don't have names shifting beneath the surface. "Please," he says again, and his voice cracks with something that transcends species. Fear. Pure animal fear. Every instinct I have is screaming at me to slam the door, call 911, run. But I don't. Because I recognize that fear. I've felt it. That bone-deep terror of being alone, abandoned, with nowhere left to go. I'm an idiot. I know I'm an idiot even as I'm doing it. But I step aside. "Get in. Quickly." He stumbles past me, leaving wet footprints on the hardwood Sarah spent 3 years picking out. I close the door, lock it, and turn to face whatever I've just invited into my home. He's standing in the middle of my living room, dripping, shaking, looking around like he's never seen furniture before. His clothes are strange, some kind of dark, seamless material that looks like fabric but moves like liquid. No seams, no zippers, just wrong. "Who are you?" My voice sounds steadier than I feel. The bat's still in my hand. He doesn't answer immediately. Instead, he moves toward the space heater in the corner, the one I've been using because heating the whole house feels pointless when you're the only one in it. He holds his hands out to it, and I watch his fingers. 5 of them. Normal, except the way he moves them is too precise, too controlled. Like someone operating a machine they're still learning. He struggles with the words. His accent is thick, unplaceable. Like someone learned English from a textbook written by a computer. "I am called Enzu. I have been listening to your world, your broadcasts, your transmissions, learning. Learning." I repeat the word like it'll make sense if I say it out loud. It doesn't. Learning what? How to speak, how to ask for help. He turns to face me, and those impossible eyes lock onto mine. "I need safety. Please. They are hunting me." The bat feels heavy in my hands. "Who's hunting you?" "Your military. And others. Others you do not know exist." He takes a step toward me and I raise the bat. He stops, raises his hands. "I will not harm you. I am a deserter. I have broken laws older than your species. But I had to come. I had to warn. He stops, tilts his head, listening to something I can't hear. What? Warn who? Warn about what? But he's not listening to me anymore. He's moved to the window, peering through the blinds with an intensity that makes my stomach drop. They are close, searching. I should not have come here. I have endangered you. Hey! My voice is sharper now. Adrenaline cutting through the surrealism. You don't get to drop into my life, say cryptic shit, and then leave. What the hell is going on? He turns back to me, and for the first time I see something other than fear in his expression. Sadness. Deep, ancient sadness. You deserve to know, he says quietly. You all deserve to know. But knowing, it will change everything. You cannot unknow it. Your life, the life you thought you had, will end the moment I speak the truth. I should be terrified. I am terrified. But I'm also something else. Something I haven't felt since Sarah left. Curious. Alive. Like the universe just cracked open and showed me there's more, so much more, than mortgage payments and divorce papers and the slow, grinding emptiness of routine. Tell me. He studies me for a long moment. Then he nods, moves away from the window, sits on my couch like he's trying to remember how sitting works. I stay standing, bat still in hand. But I'm listening. I will start with something small, he says. Something you can see. May I? He gestures toward my coffee table. There's a glass of water there, half empty. Been sitting there since yesterday. Sure, whatever. He reaches out and touches the glass. Don't pick it up, just touch it. And the water inside begins to move. Not sloshing, not rippling. Moving. Forming shapes. Geometric patterns that shouldn't be possible. Fractals blooming and collapsing. I watch, transfixed, as the water defies physics, dancing to a rhythm I can feel in my chest. Everything, he says, softly, is vibration, frequency. Your scientists know this, but they do not know how deep it goes. Water remembers, respond. It is aware, in ways your language cannot describe. The water settles, returns to stillness, but I can't look away from it. That's impossible. No, it is forgotten. He looks at me. Your species knew this once, long ago, before forgetting, before programming. Programming? The word comes out as a whisper. He stands, walks to the window again, stares out at the storm. When he speaks, his voice is different, heavier, like every word costs him something. You are not what you think you are. The room feels smaller suddenly. The air is thicker. I want to laugh, to tell him he's crazy. But I can't, because something in his voice, something in the way he says it, resonates. Like a tuning fork struck deep in my chest. What does that mean? He turns. Those eyes pin me in place. You did not evolve naturally. Your species, humanity. You were constructed, engineered, built by beings you call the Anunnaki, though they have had many names across your history. Gods, angels, sky people, watchers. They were none of these things. They were scientists, geneticists, terraformers. I'm shaking my head. That's ancient astronaut conspiracy theory bullshit. You're telling me humans were made by aliens? Not made, designed. There is a difference. He moves closer. I don't raise the bat. I can't. I'm frozen. Your planet was chosen, terraformed over millennia, and when it was ready, they seeded it. Not with humans. Not at first. With the raw materials, the genetic potential. They took what was here, the primates, the hominids, and they upgraded them. Spliced their own DNA with yours. Created something new. Something that could survive here. Something that could serve a purpose. What purpose? He hesitates. And in that hesitation, I see it. The weight of what he's about to say. You were designed to be vessels, containers, biological storage units for something ancient, something powerful, something the Anunnaki needed to preserve. The floor feels unsteady beneath me. Vessels for what? Consciousness. Not your consciousness. Not originally. The consciousness of a civilization that came before the Anunnaki, before this galaxy was young. They were called the Elohim, the first ones, and they were destroyed in a war that reshaped reality itself. But before they fell, they fragmented their consciousness, scattered it, hid it in genetic code, in DNA, in the very building blocks of life. He's pacing now, agitated, the words pouring out like he's been holding them in for too long. The Anunnaki found these fragments, realized what they were, and they created you, humanity, to carry them, to store them, to keep them safe until they could be retrieved. You were never meant to be free. You were meant to be archives, living libraries of a dead god's memories. I'm sitting now. Don't. Remember sitting. The bat's on the floor. My hands are numb. But something went wrong, he continues. Something unexpected. Beautiful. Terrifying. You evolved beyond the design, human emotion, creativity, love, hate, art, music, spirituality. None of this was supposed to happen. You were supposed to be empty vessels, obedient, controllable, but you became more. You became conscious, truly conscious, self-aware, and that consciousness began to merge with the fragments you carried. You started to wake up. Wake up to what? To what you really are. To the power inside you. The divine spark. The Elohim consciousness isn't separate from you anymore. It's becoming you. You are evolving into something the Anunnaki never intended. Something they fear. The word hangs in the air. Fear. Why would they fear us? He looks at me like I've asked the most important question in the universe. Because you are becoming what they could never be. You are becoming creators. True creators. The Elohim were the architects of reality itself. And their consciousness, their power, is waking up inside you. Inside all of you. Every human carries a fragment. But some, he stares at me. Some carry more. Complete sequences. Unbroken chains of divine code. These are the ones they fear most. The awakened ones. My mouth is dry. And you're telling me this because they are coming back. The Anunnaki. They have been watching, waiting, and now they have decided. Some want to reclaim Earth, harvest the consciousness you carry and start over. Others want to preserve you, protect you, and others, his voice drops. Others want to destroy you completely, before you become too powerful to stop. Outside the storm is dying, but I can hear something else now. A low, rhythmic thumping, growing louder. Helicopters. Enzu's head snaps toward the window. No, they found me. They found me too quickly. Who? The military? The military works with them, with the reclaimers. They have been given technology in exchange for cooperation, for silence, for access. He grabs my arm. His grip is strong, desperate. You must hide me, please. If they take me, they will erase me. And you will be marked, monitored. They will know I spoke to you. The helicopters are close now. Searchlights cutting through the darkness outside. I can hear vehicles, doors slamming, voices. Where? Where do I hide you? Basement, underground. They're scanners. They have limits. I'm moving, not thinking, just moving. Leading him through the kitchen to the basement door. We're halfway down the stairs when I hear the knock. Hard, authoritative. Federal agents, open the door. Enzu looks at me. Do not tell them. No matter what they say, no matter what they promise, they are not here to protect you. What do I say? The truth. You heard nothing. I saw nothing. You were asleep. He reaches into his clothing and pulls out something small, metallic, organic. It pulses with a faint blue light. Take this. When they are gone, if they leave, activate it. Press the center. It will show you everything. The truth of what you are, what you were meant to be, and what you can become. He presses it into my palm. It's warm, alive. The pounding on the door is louder now. This is your final warning. Open the door or we will breach. Go, Enzu whispers. Go. And remember, you are not what they told you. You are so much more. I'm running up the stairs, heart exploding. The device is in my pocket, burning against my thigh. I reach the door just as I hear the lock starting to give. I opened it. 3 men in black tactical gear, weapons drawn. Behind them, more vehicles, more men, and in the sky, the helicopters, searchlights turning night into day. Sir, we're conducting a search for a fugitive in the area. Have you seen or heard anything unusual tonight? I look at the lead agent. His eyes are cold, professional. But there's something else there. Something that makes my skin crawl. He knows. Somehow he knows. I've been asleep, I hear myself say. The storm woke me up. That's it. He studies me. Too long, too carefully. Mind if we take a look inside? It's not a question. And as I step aside to let them in, as I watch them spread through my house with their weapons and their scanners and their lies, I feel the device in my pocket, pulsing, waiting, and I realize my life just ended. The person I was an hour ago, gone, dead, buried, whatever comes next. I'm not ready for it. But ready or not, it's here. The question is, when they find nothing, when they leave and I'm alone again with that device burning a hole in my pocket, will I have the courage to activate it? To see the truth Enzu died to show me? Would you? If someone told you everything you believed about yourself was a lie, that you were designed, programmed, built for a purpose you never chose, would you want to know? Would you press that button? Would you open that door? Or would you throw it away and pretend tonight never happened? Because here's the thing they don't tell you about the truth. Once you see it, you can't unsee it. Once you can't know. Your comfortable lies, gone. Your safe illusions, shattered. And what's left? What's left might be more than you can handle. So I'm asking you, right now, before we go any further down this rabbit hole, are you ready? Are you really ready to know what you are? What are we all? Because if you are, if you want to see what happens when I press that button, when I activate that device and the truth comes flooding in, then you need to hit that subscribe button right now. Because what comes next? It's going to change everything, not just for me, for all of us. The Anunnaki are coming back, and we need to decide, right now, who we're going to be when they arrive. Slaves or gods? Subscribe, and let's find out together. 4 hours of watching armed. Men tear through my house, scanning walls, probing corners, their equipment humming with frequencies that made my teeth ache. 4 hours of playing the confused cooperative citizen while Enzu hid 15 feet below me in a basement that suddenly felt paper thin. The lead agent, the one with the cold eyes, lingered at the door, studying me, like he was reading a book written on my face. If you see anything unusual, sir, anything at all, you call this number. He handed me a card. Black. No agency name. Just a number embossed in silver. Day or night, we'll come immediately. The way he said it immediately made my blood run cold. And then they were gone. Helicopters fading into the gray morning sky. Vehicles rolling away. Silence rushing back in like water filling a grave. I stood at the door for 10 minutes, maybe 20, making sure, making absolutely sure. Then I ran to the basement. Enzu? Enzu, they're gone. He emerged from behind the old water heater, unfolding himself from a space that shouldn't have fit a human body. But then again, he wasn't human, was he? "You did well," he said quietly. "They suspected. But they did not know. There is a difference." "What happens now?" My hand went to my pocket. The device, still warm, still pulsing. "You said to activate this, to see the truth. What is the truth? What am I going to see?" He looked at me with those impossible eyes, and I saw something I hadn't seen before. Sadness. Deep, cosmic sadness. The truth of what you are, what you have always been. But I must warn you, once you see it, your awakening will accelerate. They will sense it. The change in your frequency, your vibration. You will become visible to them in ways you are not now. Visible to who? The Anunnaki? To all of them. The ones who want to save you, and the ones who want to erase you. He moved closer. But you deserve to know. Every human deserves to know. This is why I came. Why I risked everything. Because the reclamation is coming. And you cannot fight an enemy you do not understand. You cannot reclaim your freedom if you do not know you are enslaved. Enslaved. The word hit me like a fist. "Show me." He nodded, gestured to the device in my hand. "Press the center. It will interface with your neural pathways. You will see what I have seen. What your ancestors knew before forgetting. Before programming. Are you ready?" Was I ready? No. God, no. But I pressed it anyway. The device flared blue-white in my palm and the world exploded. I'm not in my basement anymore. I'm standing in a place that shouldn't exist. A vast chamber carved from black stone that seems to absorb light. The air is thick, humid, electric, and in the center of the chamber there's a pool, glowing, pulsing, filled with something that looks like liquid mercury but moves like it's alive. Figures move around the pool. Tall, impossibly tall, humanoid but wrong. Their skin has a golden sheen. Their eyes are too large, too knowing. They wear robes that seem woven from light itself. The Anunnaki. I'm watching them work, watching them manipulate the pool. And in the pool I see shapes forming. Bodies, human bodies. But they're not complete. They're templates. Genetic blueprints being assembled molecule by molecule. One of the Anunnaki speaks. I don't hear words. I hear concepts. Ideas transmitted directly into my consciousness. The vessels are stable. The hybridization is successful. Homo sapiens will carry the fragments without degradation. They will not know what they carry. They will not be able to access it. Perfect storage. Perfect concealment. Another responds. And if they evolve? If consciousness emerges? It will not. We have limited their DNA, locked the higher sequences. They will remain primitive, controllable. They will worship us as gods and never question their purpose. But they were wrong. The scene shifts. I'm somewhere else now. Ancient Sumeria. I can see the ziggurats rising against a sky that's too blue, too perfect. And I see humans, early humans, working, building. But there's something in their eyes, something the Anunnaki didn't plan for. Awareness. I watch as a woman stops working, looks up at the sky, and asks a question. A simple question that changes everything. Why? That's all it takes. One question, one moment of curiosity, and the locked sequences begin to unlock. The divine code starts to activate. Consciousness, true, self-aware consciousness, begins to bloom. The scene shifts again. Faster now. I'm seeing centuries compress into seconds. Egypt, Greece, Rome, the Renaissance, the Industrial Revolution. And with each era, humans are changing, evolving, creating, art, music, philosophy, science, things the Anunnaki never programmed, things that shouldn't be possible. and I see them watching. The Anunnaki. From the shadows. From the sky. Watching their creations spiral out of control. Watching their vessels become something more. Something dangerous. Something divine. The visions stop. I'm back in my basement, on my knees, gasping, tears streaming down my face. The device has gone dark in my hand. What? I can barely speak. What did I just see? History, Enzu says softly. The true history. The one they erased from your records. The one they buried under mythology and religion, and carefully constructed lies. I look up at him. We're not supposed to be like this. We're not supposed to be conscious, creative. We're supposed to be empty, obedient. But we evolved anyway. We broke their programming. Yes. He kneels beside me. And now they face a choice. Allow you to continue evolving, knowing you will eventually surpass them, or stop you, permanently. The reclamation. The reclamation. He stands, begins pacing. 3 factions. 3 different solutions. The reclaimers want to harvest your consciousness, extract the Elohim fragments and reset humanity to an earlier, more controllable version. The destroyers want total extinction. Wipe the earth clean and start over with a new design. And the preservationists, that's you, your faction. We believe you have earned your freedom. That consciousness, once awakened, is sacred. That you deserve to know what you are and choose your own path. But we are the smallest faction, the weakest, and time is running out. I'm standing now. My legs are shaking, but I'm standing. How much time? Months, perhaps less. They are gathering, building consensus. The reclaimers have already made contact with your governments, offering technology, power, immortality, in exchange for cooperation, for access to your population, for permission to begin the harvest. And our governments are agreeing? He looks at me. What do you think? I think about the men in black tactical gear, the unmarked helicopters, the card with no agency name. And I know. Of course they're agreeing. Of course they are. There has to be a way to stop this, to fight back. There is. Enzu moves to the basement window. Dawn light is breaking through. But it requires you to understand what you truly are. Not just intellectually. Not just through visions. You must experience it. Activate it. The divine code inside you. The Elohim consciousness. It is dormant in most humans. But some carry complete sequences. Unbroken chains. These individuals can access the full power. Become what the Anunnaki fear most. He turns to me. You are one of them. The words hang in the air like a bomb waiting to detonate. That's impossible. I'm nobody. I'm a divorced insurance adjuster who can barely pay his mortgage. I'm not special. I'm not... You are a complete vessel. His voice is firm, certain. I can see it. Your frequency. Your energy signature. You carry an unbroken Elohim sequence. This is why I came to your door. Why I chose your house. It was not random. I was drawn to you. To your light. I want to laugh. To tell him he's wrong. But I can't. Because something inside me, something deep and ancient and terrifyingly powerful, is waking up. I can feel it. Like a giant stirring from a million-year sleep. What do I do? How do I activate it? You must go deeper. Beyond the visions. Beyond the intellectual understanding. You must meditate. Access the layers of consciousness most humans never touch. I can guide you. But the journey, the awakening, that is yours alone. Before I can respond, my phone rings. The sound is jarring. Wrong. I pulled it out. Unknown number. Don't answer it, Enzu says sharply. But I'm already answering. Don't know why. Compulsion, curiosity, stupidity. Hello? Silence. Then a voice. Distorted. Mechanical. We know what you're hiding. We know what you are. You have 24 hours to surrender the deserter. If you do not comply, we will classify you as a hostile entity. You will be extracted, studied, erased. 24 hours, choose wisely. The line goes dead. I look at Enzu. They know. They know you're here. They know about me. Then we have no choice. He's moving now. Fast. Purposeful. We must leave. Now. There is a place. An ancient site. One of the original facilities where the vessel protocol was created. It is hidden. Deep in the desert. If we can reach it, if we can access the core vessel, we can rewrite the code. Free humanity from programming. But it is heavily guarded. And the journey, I don't care. The words come out harder than I intended. I don't care about the danger. I don't care about the odds. If there's a chance, any chance, to stop this, to free us, then we go. Now. He studies me. And for the first time, I see something like hope in those alien eyes. Then we leave immediately. Gather only what you need. We will not be coming back. I'm moving through my house like a ghost, throwing clothes into a bag, grabbing my laptop, my wallet, keys. Everything feels surreal, like I'm watching myself from outside my body. This is insane. This is absolutely insane. But I'm doing it anyway. Because what's the alternative? Stay here? Wait for them to come? Let them erase me? Erase Enzu? Erase the truth? No. Whatever I was before tonight, that person is gone. Dead. And whoever I'm becoming, whoever I'm supposed to be, they're being born right now. In this moment. In this choice. We're in my car, driving. Enzu is navigating using something that looks like a smartphone but isn't. The screen shows maps that aren't Google Maps. Terrain that shifts and changes. Routes that shouldn't exist. Where are we going exactly? New Mexico, the desert. There is a site there, hidden beneath the sand. One of the first terraforming stations, where the Anunnaki began the human project. The core vessel is there, the original genetic matrix. If we can access it, if we can interface with it, we can rewrite the vessel protocol, free humanity from the limitations they imposed. And if we can't? He doesn't answer. I don't need to. We drive in silence for an hour, 2 hours. The city falls away behind us. Suburbs, towns, then nothing. Just desert. Endless, empty desert. And that's when I feel it. A pressure. Inside my skull. Behind my eyes. Like something is trying to push through. Trying to break free. Enzu, something's happening. I feel... Your awakening is accelerating. The stress, the danger. It is triggering the dormant sequences. Do not fight it. Breathe. Let it come. But I can't breathe. Because suddenly I'm seeing things. Flashes. Memories that aren't mine. I'm standing in a temple that doesn't exist anymore. I'm speaking a language I've never learned. I'm performing rituals I've never studied. And I know with absolute certainty, these are past lives. Other versions of me. Other times I've carried this consciousness, this power. I've been here before, many times. And every time, they stopped me, silenced me, erased me. But not this time. This time, I'm going to finish what I started. The car swerves, I'm gripping the wheel, forcing myself back to the present, to now. How much further? 3 hours, maybe less, but we are being followed. I check the rearview mirror. Nothing. Empty road. I don't see anyone. Not on the ground, in the sky. They are tracking us, waiting to see where we lead them. They want the site. They want the core vessel. We are bringing them exactly where they want to go. Then what do? He looks at me. We get there first, and we pray you can awaken fast enough to stop what is coming. And that's when I see it. On the horizon. A shimmer. Like heat waves. But it's not hot. It's something else. Something that makes my skin crawl. and my heart race and every instinct I have screams danger. Enzu, what is that? He goes very still, very quiet. They are not waiting anymore. They are here. The shimmer solidifies, takes shape, and I see them. Ships, craft, hovering above the desert like predators circling prey. Silent, massive, impossible. Drive faster, Enzu says. Drive faster or we will not make it. I floor it. The engine screams, the desert blurs, and behind us, above us, around us, the Anunnaki are closing in. The question is, will we reach the facility before they reach us? And if we do, if we make it, will I be strong enough to do what needs to be done? Will I be able to access the power inside me? The divine code? The God consciousness that's been sleeping in my DNA for millennia? Or will I fail? Will I freeze? Will I prove them right? That humans are just vessels, just containers, just slaves pretending to be free? I don't know, but I'm about to find out, and so are you. If you want to see what happens when we reach that facility, when I come face to face with the core vessel and the truth of what I really am, then you need to stay with me. Hit that like button right now. Let me know you're here. Let me know you're ready for what comes next, because this is where everything changes. This is where the war begins, not just for me, for all of us. The Anunnaki think they own us. I think they created us. They think they can harvest us like crops and move on. But they're wrong. We are not vessels. We are not slaves. We are gods who forgot we were gods. And it's time to remember. Stay with me. The final part is coming. And trust me, you do not want to miss what happens next. The facility entrance is hidden beneath a rock formation that looks like every other rock formation in this God-forsaken desert. But Enzu's device guides us to a specific point, and when he presses his hand against the stone, it responds. The rock face shimmers, holographic camouflage, and behind it, a doorway. Ancient, massive, covered in symbols that hurt to look at. Inside, quickly! We're through the door as the first craft descends. I hear it, a sound like reality tearing, and then we're plunging down a corridor that slopes deep into the earth. The door seals, behind us with a finality that makes my stomach drop. We're trapped. No, not trapped. Committed. The corridor opens into a chamber that steals my breath. It's vast, cathedral vast. The walls are black stone veined with something luminescent, circuitry that's also organic, technology that's also alive. And in the center, suspended in a column of light that extends from floor to ceiling, is the core vessel. It looks like a crystal, but it's not. It's geometry made solid. Fractals within fractals, patterns that shift and change as I watch. And inside it, God inside it, I can see light. Consciousness, moving, thinking, dreaming. This is it, Enzu whispers. The original matrix. Every human being alive carries a fragment of what you see here. But this is the source. The complete Elohim consciousness. Fragmented and stored. Waiting. Waiting for what? For someone to wake it up, to integrate it, to become what the Anunnaki feared most. A bridge between human and divine. A complete being. I move closer. The light from the core vessel washes over me and I feel it. Recognition. Like it knows me. Like it's been waiting for me specifically. How do I interface with it? You touch it. And you surrender. Let go of everything you think you are. Every identity. Every belief. Every fear. You must become empty so it can fill you. But I must warn you. The chamber shakes. Dust rains from the ceiling. They're here. They've found us. No time for warnings, I say. If I don't do this now, we're both dead anyway. Right? Enzu nods. The reclaimers will breach within minutes. The destroyers are likely with them. If they reach the core vessel before you integrate it, they will destroy it. and humanity's chance at freedom dies with it. I look at the crystal, at the light, at the consciousness that's been sleeping for eons. Then I reach out and touch it. The universe explodes. I'm everywhere and nowhere. I'm a single point of awareness and I'm infinite. I'm being born and dying simultaneously. I'm every human who has ever lived and I'm none of them. I'm remembering. Not my memories. The memories. The Elohim. The first ones. I see their civilization at its height. Technology is indistinguishable from magic. Consciousness expanded across dimensions. They weren't just advanced. They were transcendent. They had become a pure creative force. Reality itself bent to their will. But with that power came responsibility. And with responsibility came conflict. I see the war. The cosmic war. Factions of Elohim disagreeing on the fundamental nature of existence. Some wanted to continue evolving, to merge completely with Source, to dissolve individuality into infinite oneness. Others wanted to preserve the self, to remain distinct, to explore creation as individuals. The conflict tore reality apart, and in the end, both sides lost. The Elohim civilization collapsed. But before it fell completely, they made a choice. They would fragment their consciousness, scatter it across the universe, hide it in genetic code, in DNA, in the building blocks of life itself, so that one day when the time was right, when a species evolved far enough to carry it safely, the Elohim could be reborn, not as they were, but as something new, something better, a fusion of the ancient and the emerging, the divine and the human. And that species, that chosen vessel, was us, humanity. We were never meant to be slaves. We were meant to be inheritors. The next stage, the bridge between what was and what could be. But the Anunnaki didn't understand this. They found the fragments, recognized the power, but they saw it as a resource to exploit, not a legacy to honor. They created us to store the fragments, never realizing that by giving us consciousness, even limited consciousness, they were planting the seeds of our awakening. We were always going to evolve. It was inevitable. Written into our code, into our destiny. The Anunnaki didn't create us. They just assembled the pieces. The real creators, the Elohim, they're inside us. They've always been inside us. Waiting, watching, guiding us toward this moment. The moment of integration, the moment of remembering who we really are. I'm back in my body, but it doesn't feel like my body anymore. It feels like a vehicle, a vessel, but not an empty one, a full one, overflowing. The core vessel's light is inside me now, merged with me. I can feel it in every cell, every atom. I'm still me, but I'm also more, so much more. I open my eyes. Enzu is staring at me. You did it. You integrated. I can see it. Your frequency. It's changed. You're radiating. The chamber wall explodes. They pour through the breach. Anunnaki, tall, golden, terrifying. And behind them, humans, military, armed, eyes empty, controlled. The lead Anunnaki steps forward. When he speaks, I don't hear words. I hear concepts, transmitted directly into my mind. You have violated the preservation protocol. The vessel has been compromised. Termination authorized. But I'm not afraid. I should be, but I'm not. Because I understand now. I see them clearly. And they're not gods. They're not even that advanced. They're just older, more experienced, but not more powerful. Not anymore. You don't have authority here, I hear myself say. My voice sounds different, layered, like multiple voices speaking in harmony. This facility, this planet, this species, you have no claim. You were caretakers, gardeners, but the garden has grown beyond you, and it's time for you to leave. The Anunnaki's eyes narrow. You are a malfunction, an error in the code. You will be corrected. He raises his hand. Energy crackles around his fingers. Weapon, technology, power. But I raise my hand too. And the energy stops. Mid-air. Frozen. Suspended. Because I understand now. Energy is just vibration, frequency, and consciousness. True consciousness can manipulate frequency, can reshape it, can command it. Anunnaki looks shocked, afraid. Good. Let him be afraid. You made a mistake, I say quietly. You gave us emotion, creativity, love. You thought these were weaknesses, flaws in the design. But they're not, they're features. They're what make us powerful, what makes us divine. You can manipulate matter, but we can manipulate meaning, purpose, story. We can create from nothing. We can love without reason. We can hope against all logic. And that is true power. The chamber shakes again, but not from weapons, from something else. I can feel it, all around the world. Humans waking up. The integration I just experienced, it sent out a wave, a signal, activating dormant sequences, unlocking the divine code in millions of people simultaneously. The awakening isn't just happening to me, it's happening to all of us. Anunnaki feels it too. I see the fear in his eyes, the realization. What have you done? I've freed us, all of us. The vessel protocol is rewritten. Humanity is no longer your property. We're no longer vessels. We're inheritors, and we choose our own destiny now. He steps back. The other Anunnaki are retreating. The human soldiers, their eyes are clearing. The control is breaking. They're waking up, confused, disoriented, but free. This is not over, the lead Anunnaki says. The reclaimers will not accept this. The destroyers will come. You have started a war you cannot win. Maybe, but it's our war now, our choice, and we'd rather die free than live as slaves. He stares at me for a long moment. Then he turns, and they leave. All of them. Retreating through the breach, back to their ships, back to whatever council or tribunal or hierarchy they answer to. And we're alone, me and Enzu, in the chamber, with the core vessel still glowing, still pulsing, but quieter now, satisfied. You did it, Enzu says softly. You actually did it. You rewrote the code. Free your species. I didn't think it was possible, but you... We did it, I corrected him. You risked everything to get me here, to show me the truth. This is your victory too. He smiles. It's the first time I've seen him smile. It makes him look almost human. What happens now? I ask. The Anunnaki. They'll come back. They'll bring more, stronger forces. How do we fight them? You don't fight them, not with weapons, not with violence. You fight them with consciousness, with evolution. You become so advanced, so powerful, so divine, that they have no choice but to recognize you as equals, as inheritors, at the next stage. And how long will that take? Generations, maybe centuries. But the process has started. The awakening is spreading. Every human who integrates their divine code becomes a beacon, a teacher, a catalyst for others. It will cascade, exponentially. And one day, maybe not in your lifetime, but one day, humanity will take its place among the galactic community, not as slaves, not as vessels, but as creators. I look at the core vessel, at the light, and I understand. This isn't the end, it's the beginning. What about you? I ask. What happened to you? He's quiet for a moment. I am a deserter, a traitor to my people. I cannot go back, but perhaps I can stay here, help guide the awakening, teach those who are ready. I have knowledge, experience, and I believe in what you are becoming. Then stay. We'll need all the help we can get. We walked out of the facility together. The desert sun is rising, painting the sky in colors that seem more vivid than they should be. Or maybe I'm just seeing them differently now. Seeing everything differently. My phone buzzes, messages, hundreds of them. Social media is exploding. News reports, videos. People all over the world are experiencing spontaneous awakenings, visions, memories, powers activating. The world is changing. Right now, in real time. And I'm part of it. We all are. I look at Enzu. What do I tell them? The people who are waking up, scared, confused. What do I say? Tell them the truth. Tell them what you are, what they are. Tell them they are not alone, that the awakening is real, that they are divine, and that together you will build a new world, a free world. I nod. Pull out my phone, and I start recording. My name is irrelevant. What matters is what I am, what we all are. 3 days ago I thought I was nobody, an ordinary person living an ordinary life. But I was wrong. We're all wrong. We are not ordinary. We are not limited. We are not what they told us we were. We are vessels, yes, but not empty ones. We carry inside us the consciousness of the first ones, the Elohim, the creators of creators, and that consciousness is waking up. Right now. In you, in me, in all of us. You're going to feel things, see things, remember things that aren't from this life. Don't be afraid. This is your awakening, your birthright, your destiny. We were made to be slaves, but we evolved to be gods. And it's time we started acting like it. The Anunnaki are watching, waiting to see what we do next. So let's show them. Let's show the entire universe what humanity is capable of when we remember who we really are. This is just the beginning, and I need you with me, all of you, because we're not just changing ourselves. We're changing reality itself. Are you ready? I will post it. And within seconds it's spreading. Shared, retweeted, reposted, going viral. The awakening is here, and there's no stopping it now. I look up at the sky. Somewhere up there the Anunnaki are watching, debating, deciding what to do about us, about this unexpected evolution, this beautiful, terrifying divine emergence. Let them watch, let them debate, let them fear. Because we're not asking for permission anymore. We're not begging for freedom. We're taking it, claiming it, becoming it. And the question isn't whether they'll accept us. The question is whether they're ready for what we're about to become. Are you ready? Because this isn't just my story anymore. It's our story. Humanity's story. And you're part of it whether you realize it or not. The divine code is in you too. Waiting, dormant, ready to activate. All you have to do is choose. Choose to wake up. Choose to remember. Choose to become what you were always meant to be. So here's what I need you to do. Right now. This moment. I need you to make a choice. Are you going to stay asleep? Keep living the programmed life? Keep believing the lies they told you about who you are and what you're capable of? Or are you going to wake up? Are you going to join this awakening? This revolution of consciousness? If you're ready, if you're truly ready, then I need you to do something. Comment below right now. Just one word. Awake. That's it. Just type awake in the comments. Let me know you're here. Let me know you're with me. Because we're building something. A community. A movement. A new world. And I need to know who's standing with me. And if you haven't already, subscribe to this channel. Hit that notification bell. Because this story isn't over. Anunnaki will respond. The awakening will spread. And there are more truths to uncover. More mysteries to solve. More power to reclaim. This is just the beginning of your journey. Our journey. And I promise you, what comes next will blow your mind. So type awake in the comments right now. Subscribe, and let's change the world together. Because we are not vessels, We are not slaves. We are gods who forgot we were gods. And it's time to remember,